Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you how to crochet this beautiful Solomos knot stitch. It's so much fun and so easy to do. I will use mine for a scarf, which is super nice for the springtime. It's so soft and I just really love it. It works up really fast and you only need one skein of yarn, and this is how this stitch looks like. At the end of this video I will show you how I will sew this piece together to get my scarf. And now I will show you what we need and how to crochet this beautiful stitch. Today I'm using a 5.5mm crochet hook. You also need a pair of scissors, a yarn needle, and again I'm using paint box yarn, Simply Aran, and I really like this color. It's like this soft nude tone and it's really pretty. The color is the 255 and I will put the link down below. And for one long scarf you will only need one skein of this yarn. And now let's get started. We will start with a slip knot and a chain 1. So grab the yarn and chain 1. Now we will start our first Solomos knot. So all we have to do is grab our hook and pull it up, just like this. And with your thumb, you will hold the chain 1, just like this. Then you will grab the yarn and go through the big loop. You have one loop on your hook. Now we will go back into the front. So through the loop here, grab the yarn, pull up, and now we have 2 loops on the hook. Now we will finish our single crochet, and this is how you crochet your first Solomos knot. Now again, you will pull the yarn, hold the single crochet with your thumb, just like this, grab the yarn, go through the big loop, like this, and still hold it so you have the space here in the front. And now we will go inside, grab the yarn, pull up. We have 2 loops on the hook, and now we will finish our single crochet. So now we have our first knot, our second knot, and this is our repeat for this row. So now again, we just finished our single crochet, pull up, hold with your thumb, grab the yarn, pull through, and still hold the single crochet. And now we will go with the yarn through the loop here, grab the yarn, pull up, 2 loops on your hook, and now finish your single crochet. So we have 1, 2, and 3 knots. For my scarf, I will be using 9. All you need, if you want to use it for a different project, is the odd number of those Solomos knots, and then on the end we will add 2. So I will repeat this until I have 9. So I have 1, 2, and 3. I will show you one more time. So after we finish our single crochet, we will pull the hook up, hold here with our thumb, grab the yarn, pull through. We have 1 loop now. Now we will go to the front, grab the yarn again, 2 loops on the hook, grab the yarn, and finish your single crochet. And now we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 knots. Like I said, for my scarf, I will be using 9, and I will see you back in just a moment. Once you're done with your odd number of those Solomos knots, we will add 2 more. So once you finished your odd number, add 2 more. So 1 and 2. And now we can start our first row. For the first row, we will skip 2 and work into the 3rd. The knot here does not count as our first, so we will count 1, 2, and 3. So again, this one does not count, 1, 2, and 3, and we will insert our hook into the single crochet we worked in the previous row. and work a single crochet, just like this. Now we will make 2 knots. So 1 and 2. We will skip the next one. So here's our next one. You can see we worked in the last one here. So skip and work a single crochet into the next. So in here, work a single crochet. And in between, we will always work 2 knots. So 1, pull up and work your second one. Now we will skip the next one. You can see we worked in this one, so skip the next one, and into the one after this we will go inside and work a single crochet. It could be tricky in the very first row, but you will see it's gonna get easier. So you will do 1 single crochet to secure. Now again 2 more, so 1 and 2. We will skip the next one. You can see we worked in here, skip the next one, and into the one after this we will insert our hook again and work a single crochet. Now again 2 more, so 1 and 2, and we will skip the next one, and into the last one here we will finish off with a single crochet. And this is how the first row looks like. For the second row, this will be a repeat. You will repeat this row over and over again until you reach the desired height you need for your project. So we just made a single crochet. We're going to turn our work around. So just turn it around like this. And on the very beginning of each row, we will work 3 knots. So 1, 2, pull up, and 3. So just remember this is really important. In the beginning of each row, we will make 3 Solomon knots. Now you can see this one we worked in already. Here is a single knot. So we will go into the very first knot here, make a single crochet, and now we will do our repeat. So on the very beginning, we will be working with 3 Solomon knots, and in between always with 2. So make 2, 1 and 2. Skip the next one because, like you can see, we already worked in it in the previous row, and here is a single knot. So we will skip the next one, go into the single one, and work a single crochet. Again, in between we will be working 2 Solomon knots, so 1 and 2. Skip the next, like you can see we worked in it already in the previous row, so you will go to the single one right here, work a single crochet, and again 2 Solomon knots in between. So 1 and 2. And we will repeat this. So here you can see the next one we already worked in. Here's a single one. So you will go inside and work a single crochet, and again 2 Solomon knots in between. So 1, pull up, and 2. Now again you can see we worked in the next one. You will skip that one, and here's our last one, and into the single one we will work our final single crochet. And this is how you finish your second row. And this is the repeat. We will be repeating through this whole pattern. I will show you one more row and then you can do it by yourself. It's really super, super easy and so much fun. So we will turn our work around. And like I said, we will always start with 3 Solomon knots. So in the very beginning, you will always make 3. So 1, pull up, 2, and 3. And now you can see we worked in this one, and here is our next single one. So skip the first one, go into the first single one. Here you can see it better. We will skip that one, go into the next one here, work a single crochet, and now 2 Solomon knots, always 2 in between. So 1 and 2. We will skip the next one here. We already worked in the last round, and you can see here's our next single one. So we will go in this one, work a single crochet, pull up, and work your 2 in between. So 1 and 2. Now we will skip the next one. You can see already worked in it. Here is a single one, so you will go in here, work a single crochet, and now again 2 Solomon knots in between. So 1, pull up, and 2. Now you can see we're coming out of here. This one we worked in already, so you'll go into the next single one here, work a single crochet, and again 2 Solomon knots in between. So 1, pull up, and 2. So again, skip the next one. We already worked in it in the previous row, and here is our last Solomon knot we have to work in. So you will insert and work a single crochet. And this is how it looks like. And this is our repeat. Now you can see it even better. It's such a pretty stitch and super, super easy. Just repeat this row over and over again, and I'll see you back in just a little bit. I repeated the row over and over again, and this is how my scarf looks like right now. I made it so I can wrap it around my head twice, and I really, really love this beautiful salmon stitch knot. And now I will show you, once you reach your desired length you need for your scarf, how to crochet the last row. It's also super, super easy. For the last row, the only difference will be that we will start with 2 knots. So instead of 3, we will only do 2, just like we did before. Just like I said, on the very beginning of the last row, we will do 2 knots. So 1 and 2. And this is the only difference we are going to do in this row. And then just like we did before, we will skip the first, go into the next. So you can see the 2 knots are here. Go into the next one and work a single crochet, just like we did in the previous row. So again, 2, skip the next one, and into the next, work a single crochet. And again, 2 more knots, 1 and 2. Skip the next one and work into the single knot again in here. And again, 2 more. So 1 and 2. Skip the next one, work into the single one. So So on this one here, a single crochet and 2 more knots. So 1 and 2. And now again, skip the next one, and into the last one you will work a single crochet. And we are done. So now all you have to do is chain 1, pull tight, and cut the yarn. Leave a little bit of a longer yarn tail so we can use this to sew both ends together, but if you don't want to do it, then just cut the yarn. So pull it all the way through and pull tight. Now I will sew the both sides together. Just make sure they are not twisted. So this is where we just finished off, and this is our beginning. I will lay it on top of each other. Just like I said, make sure it's not twisted. We will need our yarn needle, and now we will just sew it together. So I will go through the very first knot from the opposite side and pull through. Now we will grab the second knots just like this, and we will go from the bottom to top just like this and pull it. Just make sure when you pull it that it's not too tight. It has to be the length of the salmon knot we crocheted. So just pull it here a little bit, make sure it's the same length. So just like this. Because if you pull it like this, it's not going to look so good. So just leave a little bit of room. And we will repeat this all the way along. Now I will go from the top to the bottom. So grab the first one, the opposite, the corresponding one, and pull tight. Stretch it a little bit, make sure it's not too tight. And we will repeat this all the way along. So now the other one, we will go from bottom to top, pull through, make sure it's the same length like the salmon knot you crocheted, and this is how I'm going to sew both sides together. So repeat this all the way along, and then just cut the yarn and you can sew it in, or just make sure you make a couple knots to secure it, and then we are done. And this is how it looks like. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Have a great time crocheting, and I hope to see you back soon.